Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Mike's vlogs, and Mike is going to be taking a break from vlogs for a little while. This is going to be the last one we do. I don't know how long that's going to last. I think the last time he took 9 months or a year or something off from vlogs, but that's okay. He's still sending footage. He's still a client. I'll still put some of his maxes up as reels and shorts on my different social media, because he doesn't mind me doing that, and we're good. But let's get this last training vlog for a bit. Let's talk about it. All right, we started his week off with axle bar bench press. He got 340 on this, so we're pretty dang happy with that. Considering he's been cutting, he said this morning, which is again the end of the vlog, he said that he woke up right at 200 pounds. So, we had bulked all the way to 230 pounds over the course of like 2 years. And then he's cut down. Right, and he had said, I think after Christmas vacation, I may want to cut a little further. I want to get a little leaner. He may go down to 190. But, all things considered, considering we just did a 30-pound cut, and he just did a 340 bench with an axle bar, which is, a slightly harder bar. Some people can bench the same with it. Some people lose a little bit. Nobody's going to obviously be stronger on it. There's no mechanism for that to occur. We're pretty happy with that because pressing is usually the first thing to go. I'm keeping a lot of his training very easy movements now because he was starting to overreach a bit. So we're really looking at stimulus to fatigue. So what are we doing? We did dumbbell presses, right? We did flat dumbbell presses. Again, we're forced to use a lighter weight, 210 pounds total because you got a 105-pound dumbbell in each hand. That's less than he benches for tens. All right, we kind of pulled the JM presses because his elbows were starting to feel it, and we're doing some nice full range of motion dumbbell extensions. All right, and we like seal rows in there because seal rows don't put any axial loading. They're great, absolutely great for this. So again, we're not putting any fatigue on his low back. We can let his good mornings and reverse hypers and all that handle that. So everything is being kept very low fatigue. We just need to keep getting him thicker. We need a hypertrophic response to go with the max work and everything else. He did a machine this time for delts, and I'm okay with that. You guys will notice that with a lot of my lifters, they vary it. A lot of them are doing dumbbells on laterals and stuff. Some of them will do machines. Some of them do cables, and I don't mind on some of these single joint movements rotating them around and varying them because again, it helps with overuse. All right. He did the transformer bar on the front squat setting on max effort lower, and I think he got in the low 400s there. I forgot the exact number, whatever, 420, 430, something like that. Then, of course, we do good mornings afterwards. And I'm only having him do the good mornings once a week because, again, he's been feeling a lot of fatigue. And the same thing with the quad work. I'm just doing posterior chain work for the most part. For assistance movements on his lower days. We're not really as worried about quads. He's getting it on the speed work. He does sled work and stuff, and quite frankly, his quads are not limiting him. Perspective, I can squat more than Mike, and his quads look bigger than mine. Okay? Right now they do. So again, quads are not limiting us. And so I don't mind that for just a short bit to let him recover. And we keep focusing on the posterior chain because his squats tend to be better than his deadlifts in terms of ratios. So, again, we can chill with those things. Here shortly, we'll start adding the belt squats and stuff back in. I'm just giving him a short break, short break from it because, again, his fatigue has been rough. And, of course, we're going to get, about a week and a half of training in, then he's going to get a vacation. And I've already told him, look, after your vacation, Mike, we're going to need to step stuff back up. I'm going to have to add some of this higher fatigue back in. That should have given you plenty of time to recover. You're going to have a week off from lifting. We've been running a slightly easier block, and let's get back to getting difficult, right? We can get in and do that, even if he's going to cut a little more, because quite frankly, he's done most of the cutting. He's dropped 30 pounds. He only wants to do maybe another 10, after he did a break in between. So what did we do here? We did glute ham raises. We do some pull-ups and reverse hyperextensions. All this is traction stuff. Everything is traction based other than the good mornings. Again, trying to decompress his spine. We've Again, done a lot of heavy work lately. He's done a lot of heavy stuff. He's done a lot of heavy good mornings, on top of his other stuff. It's kind of time to just, again, chill, let his low back get some rest, do some restorative stuff for it. And that's what we want to do. So that's what I am doing. It's going to help him with recovery. So everything is traction based on his lower days after that. And on the speed days, everything after the speed work. But like I said, once he's through this, we're going to step stuff back up a little bit. We're going to step it back up. But notice he's using a pretty good amount of weight now on these reverse hypers. All right, he's using a pretty good amount of weight. So we're getting strong there. All right, speed bench in this phase, we're doing 5s with heavy band tension. Again, these are very light percentages. I've got him running at the moment 35% max on the bar, 25% max in bands. So, I mean, this is still fairly light, but we're also doing 5x5. All right, we're doing 5x5 on all the speed work. So we want those slightly lighter percentages. A lot of my lifters, in certain phases, we start getting real heavy and we do doubles and triples, for more total sets. All right, afterwards, again, to allow everything to be slightly lighter, no big barbell work after speed benching. We're just doing dumbbells at the moment, right? We're going to do dumbbells. And in these slots, if I have people do an actual chest press, I like to use dumbbells, I like to use cambered bars, or I like to use incline bench because we get so much flat benching in right there. I don't think we need to hit a flat bench with a barbell of any type for a second movement. So again, I like to either get these deeper range of motion exercises. And an incline counts. For those who are unaware, it does put your chest into a slightly more lengthened position oftentimes than a flat bench does. All right, seal rows, again, he used the other bar this time just to vary everything to help prevent overuse. So he's using that Titan cambered multi-grip bar. And I have that same one. I occasionally use it for seal rows myself. He went ahead and did the machine for his side delts. All right. So again, I'm fine with that. Again, most of my lifters know I don't mind. If they want to vary their single joint movements between a dumbbell, a barbell, a cable, a machine, I really don't care. Tension is tension. These are single joint exercises. It's not that big of a deal. Just get in and create that fatigue, get a pump, and be done with it. All right. Dynamic effort lower day, 5x5, same sort of percentages we're running on the bench, same rep and set scheme, same percentages, but we're using a safety squat bar against heavy band tension on the box squat. And if you guys look there, that's 130 pounds of bands, by the way, if you haven't done the math on those rogue bands. Speed pulls, same setup. All right, same setup. We're doing conventional for this block. Because again, his hips were getting really, really beat up. We did a phase of sumo specialization. He hit some big sumo PRs with it, and his hips have been bothering him, which is another reason I kind of pulled the belt squats for now. I want his hips to recover. And so we're only doing conventional for a bit. And then we'll rotate back over and do sumo again once his hips are fully recovered, because he is stronger at sumo. All right, afterwards, it's the same stuff we did before, other than no good mornings. Keep it very simple. Everything just posterior chain related, or the posterior side of the body, in this case pull-ups. So we get rear delts, traps, lats, all that, with some stretch on the low back. We do glute ham raises. Again, puts us into a traction position at the bottom. One of the best hamstring exercises of all time. You guys know why I'm a huge fan of it. It's really one of the only exercises out there that works both functions of the hamstring in the same exercise, okay, because there's a hip hinge and a knee flexion. All right, this works all three heads thoroughly. Now, considering this is not the only hamstring work we're doing, because we do reverse hypers, he just did speed pulls. We're still getting other stuff in the same training day, and then the whole training week, we have good mornings. Again, my clients, we tend to put a lot of focus on hamstrings, mainly because I find the carryover to deadlifts is tremendous. It affects squat technique for power squats, particularly if you squat with a wide stance. I'm not saying it's going to make you stronger per se, because the hamstrings are not actively involved. but it allows for better positioning and better technique. So it's beneficial there, whereas in they're a direct primary mover on the deadlift. So I like that. Plus, it helps prevent knee injuries. And then we finish up with reverse hypers. Again, something I consider to be essential. I think it's criminally negligent that any gym in the world exists that doesn't have a reverse hyper. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.